been associated with. So today's session will be on to web designing and web development. This session will be taken by Mr. Sumit Joshi. Mr. Sumit Joshi, I'll just give you a small brief introduction about him. He's having more than 15 years of experience, 15 plus years of experience. He is from industry. He has an experience of training as well as development. There are lot many projects he have worked on as a project manager. He's associated with us as a project manager. So today he'll be sharing his experiences regarding the training and the web development and designing part. Now, if I talk of web development and designing, today we'll have a session of somewhere around 1.5 hour to 2 hour session where it will be covered with PHP, certain amount of like we'll be covering HTML, CSS, and in the end of the session, you'll be developing a small web project also. Any questions or queries, you can always write into the chat box, whereas Mr. Sumit Joshi will be addressing those queries or while during the session or at the end of the session. So I'll request Mr. Sumit Joshi to take over the session. Sumit sir,
Yes.
please take over the session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Hello, everyone. First of all, I introduce myself. My name is Sumit Joshi. I am working as a project manager and a full stack developer. So today's session is on the web development. The web development concept. It is a very important for developing any websites, to design any websites and all. So first, we introduce about what is a web development. So web development is a concept to develop a website. So a website, if you develop a complete website, there is a two end, guys. It is a front end and a back end. Yes, front end. So front end we know as currently we are knowing as a UI. It is a user interface. Yes, and someone called it a web design concept. Yes. So it is a part of a front end. So in front end, we are work on many technologies. We start with HTML. The current latest version of HTML is HTML5. Then we have CSS. The CSS version we are covering, it is a CSS3. Then in the designing, there is a concept of a JavaScript. Then we have concept of a jQuery. Then to responsive or design, we have a concept of a bootstrap. So guys, this concept of a UI, the user interface, the HTML is to create a layout. Only we can create the layout there. With the help of CSS, we can apply some attractive formatting. So used for the formatting of our web page. Formatting of our web page. Yes. And third concept is the JavaScript. We can create the design in HTML and CSS, but I want to apply some of the dynamic features. Like if we want to click a button and I want to fetch any data from anywhere, and we can render that data in one of the element of our web page. So JavaScript is used for the dynamic implementation. Yes. So jQuery is a part of a JavaScript. It is a library of JS. And last concept is a bootstrap. So guys, bootstrap is mainly used to create a responsive design. In current industry, every website is a responsive. Responsive means if you create a website And that if you open that particular website in your laptop, in your mobile, in your tablet, in your desktop, it will open as per the resolution of that particular device, like a mobile, like a laptop, like a desktop and all. So this feature, this bootstrap feature is mainly used to responsive our web page. So it is very common in a current industry to developing any web applications. Okay, so guys, yeah, so this is part of a web. So guys, we call him the UI. Currently, we call him interface. If yeah, can you yeah, if you want to create any of the web application, the UI is very important for that particular web development. When you create the UI, the web design, the user interface, then you can develop your business logics in the backend part. Without UI, you can't handling the backend part. In a backend, we are using the PHP and the database is a MySQL. If you combine both front end and a backend, we can develop a complete web application. UI, user interface plus backend. If we combined it we can develop a complete web application. So guys, so this is a concept of a web development, the concept of the UI part and the concept of a backend like PHP. So there are many backend technologies, guys, like PHP, Java, Python, Node, .NET, many. Okay, so that session we are covering the part of the backend technology Python. Yeah. Okay. So we start the designing part, guys. Then we implement that particular design with a backend. We store the data of from front end to backend, and we can create a web application with the help of the UI and a backend part. Okay. So guys, we start with a HTML. With the help of HTML and CSS, yeah, I will create a small web page where we are implementing some of the new features of HTML and some CSS part. So guys, we start with the HTML. Yes. So first, I will give you some brief of the HTML. Yeah. So currently, HTML. The latest version of HTML is HTML5, and HTML is used to create web layout, or we call web page. Yeah. So guys, the extension of HTML, we can save the file of the HTML with the help of .html. Yes. And the basic structure of HTML, we can start the HTML with the help of doc type. Doc type HTML. It will indicate it is a document of the HTML5, and it is a HTML. Guys, there are two sections in HTML: the head and a body section. And slash HTML. Yeah. So this is the structure of our HTML document where we creating our layout. Okay. Yeah. So this head section is responsible to define the styles. We call the CSS part. We define the JavaScript part also there. Okay, so head section is used to define some of the styles, JavaScript and all. And in the body section, we will define the whole web page. So HTML is basically a combination of the predefined tags. Yeah, tags
is a combination of the left angle, guys, and a right angle. We call the tag. And in HTML, every tag would be closed. If it is open, then it is closed. So this is a basic structure of our HTML. So guys, if we create one of the file of the HTML, so I have an editor called Visual Studio Code. It is a free editor. It is not very heavy. It is about around the 50 MB IDE. So it is a Visual Studio Code. You can Google it and you can download it. Okay. Yeah. So first we create a file. So this is the option, new file. Yes. I just want to create a demo.html. Yes. So guys, in that editor, it will give us some hints also, but we implement with a very basic concept, doc type HTML, and we just put the HTML and we just put the head section. In head section, we just define the title, my first web page. My first web page. Yes. And we have a body section. Yeah. And here is a heading tag called heading. And we just write welcome to my first website. So I will create our first web application. Yes. I want to open that particular application in my browser. Okay. So that particular file I will store in my web development folder. Yes. This is my web development folder and this is my file. Like yeah. So this is the first application which we are creating in a HTML. So the title is this one. In a title bar, it will display the my first web page. And this is a body section. The data is displaying in my browser. Okay, so this is a basic structure of a HTML, how we create our web page, what is the head section and what is the body section. Okay, so there are many tags in a HTML. So we are using some of the main tags of HTML. So with the help of it, we can create a design. So guys, in HTML, there are main two types of tags, two types of elements. One is the block level elements and second one is the inline elements. Okay, yes. So block level elements are used to create a block. Like we have a paragraph, we have a div, we have a section and many more. An inline element is used to write the data after the content or inline the content. So there are two inline elements which are mainly used in our design part, like span and a label. All are the tags. So guys, I just create a small design with the help of new HTML5 tags. Yes, new HTML5 tags. Like there are many tags called header, section, article, and many more. So I want to create a design, we create a menu and all things with a list and all. So let's see, just we create a layout. We just file and save as this particular document the name of the layout, Layout. Yes. Okay, this is our layout and we just create a design for this layout. Yes. So we have a body section only and we just creating our complete particular design. Yes.
सर बच्चे पूछ रहे हैं कौन सा सॉफ्टवेयर यूज कर रही है जो आप बैकग्राउंड में यूज कर रहे हो?
Studio Code. Yeah, it is a Visual Studio Code. So the software is Visual Studio Code. Yeah, guys, I'm using the software. It's Visual Studio Code. Okay. Yeah, 1 minute. The chat section is not visible. 1 minute. Yeah, it is a Visual Studio Code. Yes, the software we are using the Visual Studio Code. Yes. So guys, we just create a layout, a simple layout with some new features and all. Yeah, I want to create a layout. So the main tag is main. Yes, it is a main container where we put all the particular layout in that particular container, and there is a header. Header means the top portion of our web page. Yeah, header means the top portion of our web page. Yeah, in that particular top portion, I just implement a heading. It's mapping skills. Yes. If we run that particular website, yes, yes, this is a heading, mapping skills. Okay. First we create whole the layout, then we implement the some attractive features with the help of the styles. We call the style sheet. Okay. So first I want a heading there. Then we want some sections to display some course details. And I want to put some navigation part there. Yes. Yeah. So in a HTML, there is a nav tag. Nav. Nav is for just implementing the menu part. And in that menu part, there are some links. So this is a list. And in the list, there is a items like li. And in the items, we have a link ahref. So ahref tag, guys, is used for hyperlink. Okay, so I want to create a menu part there. Yes, menu. So in that menu, we have some links like home. We just copy it, about us, gallery, and contact us. So this is our menu portion of our web application. Yes, home. It's about us. Then we have a gallery, and we have a contact. You can add as per your requirement. Yes. So guys, this is a heading and this is a menu. We can arrange that menu with the help of the styles. With the help of HTML, we only define the layout, define the structure of our web page. Clear? Clear? Yes. So this is a navigation part. If you run it, then it is a heading and this is a menu. Yes. So I want to design some styling part there. Yes. This is a basic concept of the navigations and a heading there. Yes, it is a navigation and it is a heading. I want to apply some styles concept, the look and feel of our website. Okay, so we can implement in a head section in a style tag. Yes, in a style, I want to put default font family and font size of our web page. So defaultly we have a body. Body is a main, this one, the whole web page content. So I will apply some styles for that body section. Yes, in a body, I just use the font family. Font as family. It is a property font family, and we put the font name like Arial, Cortana, any of and you make hello. Yes, and I want to apply the default font size. So we just implement the font size. Yes, we just implement the font size to default font size to 16 pixels. Yes, and we put the semicolon there. Yes, so we can apply, guys, the font family and a font size. If you go to my website, yes, this is my layout. If you run the layout, yes, the default font size and some font family is applying in our particular web page. So we can manage the particular heading, yeah, the UL. So we go, I have a navigation tag, this one. Let's see, I have a navigation. In that navigation, yes, I have a UL, unordered list. Yes, in a navigation I have a UL, this one. This is a nav tag and this is a UL tag. I want to apply the margin and padding there. Yes, we put margin equals to 0 and padding colon 0. If you save it, because by default it will, the margin and padding is 10 pixels, but if you put the margin and padding of the UL is 0, so it will start with a starting. Yes, by default the margin of the UL or LI is 10 pixels. Yeah, I think some have any question. Yeah, 1 minute. Yes, okay. Yeah, so this is the concept of the margin and padding, and I want to align this list as per our requirement. So we have the nav, the UL, and in the UL there is the LI. LI is a list item. Yeah, I want to display this LI to inline. Yes, so inline means, let's see. So when we apply the feature inline, so it will display horizontally, but by default the list is displaying the vertically. Okay, the inline feature is used to display the list items horizontally, and I want to give some margin between every list. So there is a property called margin, and I want to put margin 5 pixels. Yes, let's see what is the output. Yeah, so this is a particular gapping between the list. So we just create a menu and we just create a heading. So first we are just creating this concept. Yeah, after that I want to display some of the course details and all. Yes, so I have a section part here. Let's see. So this is a navigation part and this is the heading part. Yes. So I want to put data in a section format. Yes, I have a section. Yeah, I have a heading called H2. I have a courses, like we have a courses of the PHP, and we write something about the PHP in an article tag, like a paragraph, like PHP as a scripting language. Yes. And to write some data in that particular article. Yes. Any data. Yeah. So this is my first course details. Same like we have many of the courses there, like Java, and Angular. Yes. And many more you want to implement, then you implement here. If you save it, yeah. So we have some headings like PHP, Java, and Angular. So I want to implement some of the borders and some properties to display this particular web page in some attractive manner. Okay, so we can apply some more styles there. Yeah, so I will apply for it. Yes, let's see. Yeah, so we have some features like for any of the tags, we put some borders and all. So we are using some of the tags like header, header, comma, navigations. Yes, we are putting some sections part also there. We are also using the article, and end of the last I'm using the footer part. For all this, we apply some features like border. I want to apply the border. You are the border. It's around 1 pixel solid gray color. Gray. And I put some of the margin. Like first we put the gray color. Yes. If we save it, yeah. If I run my app, let's see. There is a border in between all the header, navigation, and every tag. Yes. But this type of structure is not very attractive. I want to put some margin and all so that it will display as per our requirement. So I want to give a margin in every tag. There is a margin of 5 pixels. Yes. Save it. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. There is a margin between every text. Yeah. Header, navigation, section. And also I want to implement some padding part also. Padding. Yeah. Yes. It's padding. Yeah. Padding is 8 pixels. Let's see. Yeah. There is some gap, the padding gap between the text and at the edge of the cell. Yes. Let's see. This we are creating a just a small design with heading. Let's see. This is a main design with a heading, with a menu, with a section, and also I want to put the footer part there. So in for a footer, there is a footer tag. Yes, in a footer, we want to put the copyright symbol. For a copyright in HTML, there is a copy property 2020 dot all right reserved right. So we are just creating a small web page. So in that web page, there is a header portion where we're displaying a particular header of our website. In a navigation section, guys, we're just displaying the menu part like home, about, gallery, and contact. Yeah, we are creating the 4 pages. When we click on the About Us page is open. When we click on the gallery page is open. When we click on the contact us page is open. Yes, in a section portion, guys, we have the 3 sections there. Yes, we want to display the data of some of the courses. So we have a heading and we have an article. So we have a heading and we have an article. So we have a 3 courses. So we are displaying the data of these 3 courses there. And end of the page, we have a footer part. In a footer, we just write the copyright of our websites. So it's the copyright 2020 and all right reserved and all. So in a very simple way, we can create that particular layout. We only uses some of the tags like header, section, heading, article, and all the concepts are implementing with the help of the styles. Yeah, I just explain you the style concept. Yeah, body is used for hold the page, this body tag. So it is applied in your complete web page. The font family, like you are using in MS Word also, the Arial blacks features. Okay, so we are using the font family Verdana Sans Serif. And the size, the by default size is around 12 pixels. So I want to implement the default size is 16 pixels. Okay, so it is applied in all the body section. So we can define some of the styles for the header, navigation, section, article, and footer. I want to define the borders in every of our elements. The border is 1 pixel solid gray, and I want some margin and padding. Guys, margin is the outside the border part and padding is the inside the border. Just like an example, yes, the margin is the distance between your this navigation and a header portion. The gap is a margin, and the padding is the distance between this home and the edge of that particular navigation. So it is the part of a padding. Padding is inside the border and margin is the outside the border. So we just implementing the concept in all the particular elements. So in navigation, we just define the list part. Yeah, if you go to the list part, yes, it is a navigation. And guys, I have a list. In list, we have 4 items and all items are linked. Okay, so these 4 items, by default, the list give the margin of 10 pixels, and also the list is shown vertically. But I want in my page, the list is shown vertically. There are some margin also. So we just apply the style features there. Like we have a navigation, in that navigation we have a list. By default, the margin and padding of the list is 0. So it is starting with a start. And after that, we put some style for the li of the ul. Display inline. Inline means horizontal. And the margin between every list is 5 pixel. Yes, the margin between the every list is 5 pixel. If I put, let's see, 10 pixel, let's see what is the difference. Yeah, by default it is this. Save it. Yes, if you go there, so this is a difference between this particular home and about and gallery and contact. So guys, how easily we can create a design with the help of the HTML and some part of the CSS with margin, padding, and the border and some font family and a font size of the particular style concept. So guys, any doubts in that concept, you can write the messages, no issues. Any of the doubt? So we after that we can start some few advanced concepts. Yes. Yes, guys. Any doubts? You can write in the chat box. Actually, you can't hear anything. Asif sir, your voice is clear?
Yes, yes, it is very much clear.
Okay. I think one of the guy have some issue. That
There must be some network issue at your side. So otherwise, it's audible for everybody.
okay, okay. Yeah, thank you. So guys, this is some basic layout, but this layout is some professional way. There are the formatting in a very manageable way and all. In that particular page, I just want to load a YouTube video there. And after the menu, I want to display a video. The YouTube video we want to display in our web page so that it will running continuously in our web page. Very simple concept. So for a video, we have a video tag, but if we are implementing some of the features, so we have some more tags there. Yes. So I just create one more section for it. Yes. So after the navigation, I want to create a section for a video. Yes. Very simple tag. Yes. Yeah. We have a section. Yeah. For the video guys, yes. So there is a tag called iframe. Yes. And you can assign the width and height. I want to width is to around 700 pixels and the height equals to 200 pixels for that particular video. And the source, the YouTube source. Yes. Yeah. Yes. So yes, just I will open the YouTube. Yes. Yes. I just write mapping skills there. Okay. It is, oh, sorry, it is a map skills. No issues. We just this is the URL. Okay. This is the URL, and I want to, yeah, this is a portion. It is created. Yes. If I just put the URL there, it's not working, guys. It's not working because it's a web URL. You just changes in that URL like youtube.com is fine. Then you use in a watch, you use embed, 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 and particular that key embed slash the key only, then this video is loading in your web page. Yes. So guys, this is the way to load a particular YouTube video in our web page. Yeah, it's working fine. Let's see. Yes. So this is the tag. You only change it is when we open any video in a YouTube, it's just a key called watch. But you want to embed in, you can do render in your web page. So you just write the embed tag there. Yes. This is a layout which we are just creating there. Yeah, this is a heading, this is a navigation, this is a slider part there. Yes, and these are some content part also there. Yes, PHP, Java, and Angular. Yeah, so just I want to create a registration form there to particular insert the data, or we can just create a contact form. Just we create a contact page with some informations and all. The heading, the navigations are same. Save as. Yes, guys, it is contact dot the header and are okay, and we just remove all this section part there, and in a this YouTube portion we just implement our contact form. Yes, we just write h2 and we write contact us. Yeah, if we run, yeah, when we open my demo.html page and there is a layout.html, yes, when we click on the contact, my contact.html page is open. Yes, we write the path contact.html. Yes, guys. Yeah, so in a browser I have a contact.html page. When we click there, let's see. Yeah, my contact page is open. It is a linking between our website. Okay, so in that contact page, we just want to create a form. We just want to create a form. Yes. Let's see. The form is very important in a web development. If you go for any websites and all, there are the login form, registration form. If you want to search anything, the form is very important, guys. Yes. So we start with the form. So in HTML, the form is start with the form tag. There are two methods there, get and post. So guys, you use only the post method because the post method is very secure method. Yes. So in a contact, we just implementing in a table to represent, and the border by default the border is 0, and we have some tr and some td. Like in a contact we just implement the name, and in a second td we just create a text box. So for the text box, guys, there is an input type equals to text. Yes, td is a table data, and this td is a table data where we put a text box. And in a text box, guys, we just write the placeholder, and we write enter name. Yes, if you go there, let's see, this is the text box and the placeholder is this. If you write its height, so this is the placeholder. So this is a name and a text box.
In a similar way, we just create a 5 fields there in a my form field. Yes. First is a name. Yeah. Second one, I want to put the email, and we write enter email. And in a third one, we just want the phone number. It is a phone. Yes. So enter phone. Yes. Name, email, phone. And there is also a city. City. Enter. And after that, the course which are looking for. Yes, it is a course. It is a course. Yeah. We just implement enter course. So guys, this is just like a form, like name, email, phone, city, course. After that, there is some remark. So we just put a text area there. It is a remark. We just write text area. We just remove it. Yes. Enter remarks. For the text area, there is a closing field also there. Yes. So this is a text area, and end of the particular form, there is a submit or a reset button. Yes. It is a TR. I have a TD. It is color span 2 and align equals to guys center. Okay, we just create a button. We write submit, and we define the type equals to submit. And after that, we just create a button for a reset. Again, it is a type equals to reset. So this is a form where anyone contact us, and this data is come to my database and all. So we just integrate this concept with a PHP so that our complete web application is developed. Just like example, what is the role of reset? Let's see. Guys, you can enter any of the data. If you reset it, it is clear. And if you want to send the data, yes. So it is not possible in HTML, guys, it is not possible in HTML to store the data in any of the database or any of the languages and all. So we want to connect with any of the language like PHP, Java and all. The HTML and CSS part is common. The HTML and CSS part, guys, is common for all. Okay, the HTML and CSS part is common for any web development. If you are developing the websites in a Java, in a Python, in a PHP, in a Node and all. Only the backend part is different, the front-end part is similar. So we can create this particular design, guys. So we are creating the two, just one is a contact page, and also we have a home page. Okay, so it is a layout.html. Yes. Okay, so guys, so we just creating that particular design part there. and I want to implement some of the backend parts also. So we have to use in a backend is PHP. Okay, so this is the designing part. Yes, we are just covering there. And in, yeah, so in a development, we use PHP. So guys, PHP stand for Hypertext Preprocessor. Yeah, PHP stand for Hypertext Preprocessor. So with the help of PHP, it is a server-side scripting language. It is not a client-side. It is a server-side scripting language used to develop dynamic websites. Yeah, dynamic websites. So guys, PHP is a case sensitive language, guys. And the extension of PHP is .php. So first, how we install a PHP? For it, we can install the PHP software. How we install PHP? So there is a software called XAMPP, XAMPP. Yes, guys. So for to use a PHP, first you go to your browser, then use the Google, and you just download XAMPP software from there. XAMPP as per your operating systems and all. You go to the downloads, and you can download as per your requirement and per your systems and all. XAMPP is for Windows, Linux, Mac, all. Okay, you can just download it. When you download XAMPP, download and install. So when you install it, if you are using the Windows, so it is installed in C drive. There is a XAMPP folder. C drive, there is a XAMPP folder. Then you can start the services. Then you can start the XAMPP services. How it is possible? Let's see. Yeah, we just open my directory. This is my C drive directive. Yeah, this is a XAMPP folder, guys. We just open the XAMPP. When you open the XAMPP folder, in the bottom there is a XAMPP control panel. In the bottom there is a XAMPP control panel. You just open it. Yeah, it will ask you to start the services. You just start the two services there. Okay, the Apache service is used to call your PHP programs and to integrate with the database. By default, it is used with a MySQL database. You just start that services. So my XAMPP server is started. So my PHP server, the Apache server is started, guys. So if you want to check that particular server, if you want to check that particular server is working or not, we just open http:// and we write only the local host. If when we click there, if it will display this type of screen like XAMPP, Apache, MariaDB, PHP and Perl, so my server is working fine. Okay, so this is the installation or the start the services of the XAMPP server called the PHP server. Yes, guys. Yeah, after it, how we run any particular PHP program. So there is a PHP syntax. syntax. We can write the PHP code in left angle question mark PHP. It is started, and question mark right angle it is closed. And PHP is a programming language. And if you want to define any variables there, so we can start the variables guide with the help of $sign. If I want to put x equals to 10 and I want to put $y equals to 20, and I have a sum equals to $x plus $y. Yes, same like any languages like C and all, but the variable name is start with a dollar, and there is no concept to define any data types. The data types guys allocate at runtime. Okay, and if you want to write anything in PHP, we have the echo method. The sum is, it is a string. For concatenation, there is a dot symbol and we write the sum. If you run the application, then the output is the sum is 30. Yes, how we run that particular application? Okay, so how we run that particular application? You just save that file. In C, it is compulsory to store the PHP file in XAMPP, and there is a directory called htdocs. So every PHP program is stored in htdocs. We just create our project, the folder of works there, and we just create the file first.php. So in this way, you can save the file. And how we run? For run, you just write in the browser http:// it is a localhost colon localhost slash your project name, it is a workshop, and your file name first.php, and the output is come, the sum is 30. So this is a way guys to run any PHP program. Yes, David. Yeah, we just create that particular copy, that particular file. Yes, we just write that code and we just save it. Okay, yeah. So we go to C drive, we go to the XAMPP, and we go to the htdocs. Just guys, we just create, yeah, there is a folder called workshop. Yeah, I just want first dot php file. Okay, the extension is php. Yeah, we can save it. It is a first dot php file. Yes, yes. If I want to run that particular program, yeah, go to my folder. Yes, this is a localhost. There is a project folder called workshop, and there is the file name first.php. Yes, the output is 30. So guys, this is a way to run a PHP program. So guys, PHP is just a particular programming languages. Okay, so this is our HTML portion. We just click there. This is my contact page. So we can integrate that HTML into PHP so that we can store that particular data. We can store that particular data in a database, MySQL, and
we can fetch that data in our web page. So we have these two files. Yes. Go to my that particular folder like web development workshop. Yes. So we have this demo, layout and content. So yes. So I have a layout file, and we just save it, file, save as. And I want to create a project folder in my htdocs. We just define a name, new, we just create a folder called, yes, my project. In that my project, when we open that my project, my first page is the layout page. So if you're creating, guys, any of the web application, the first page name is index. So we write index.php instead of index.html. Yes, we just write index.php. Good. Save it. Yes, and we also save the file contact to contact.php. Yes, file save as. Go to my C, SAM, htdocs, my project, and we just save contact.php. All files. Yeah, and we put the extension called .php. Yes, and we can open my project folder in my editor. The file open folder, and we just open my complete folder in my editor like htdocs, and my folder is my project. Yes, we just open it. So guys, so my project in my server. Yes. So yes. So my project name is my project. If I run my project, so it will run my this page. Yes. So my website main page is this, and when I click on contact us, okay, but it is contact.html, we just create the links there like contact.php because my page is the extension called php. Yes. In a home, we have an index page, so we write index.html, and in a php we have a contact.php. Yes. Yeah. Save it. Yes. I will refresh this page. Yeah. So guys, when we click on that particular button, this contact page is open in my PHP server. So students, first thing, how we access this all values when we click on the button. How we access this all values when we click on the button. So we can implement the dynamic page there. Contact.php is a dynamic page. Let's see the process step by step. Okay, we just open my page contact.php. Yes. So for to accessing any form elements and all, guys, we just put the name to name. Yes. For the email, we just write the name equals to email, and phone number, we just put the name to identification. Okay, the phone. Yeah, for the city, we put the name equals to city, and last one is a course name equals to course course, and of the last, the text area, we just put name equals to remarks. And we also want to put the name of my submit button. Yes, my name of the submit button is sub sub. So guys, this is the HTML portion, and I want to access this data in a PHP. So we can put the PHP code at the top of the page. So first thing guys, first I want to access all the form field values. So there is a method called extract, 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 and there is an option called $_post. We are just posting the data. So this method is used to extract all form data. So this concept is executing when if anyone click on the submit button. The submit button name is sub, and all the values like echo, $name, we just display the name only because my name is name. Let's see this value is accessing from that form or not in PHP. Like this one, I put the name Sumit Joshi. Yes, any of the course and all. When we click on the submit button, let's see. Yes, this Sumit Joshi is, we can read the value from form in PHP. So every form values we are extracting from this method, and they all are available in my page. And guys, I want to store that particular data in a database. So in PHP, this is a database called MySQL, and there is a admin. When we click on that admin, so it will open the PHP MyAdmin, the graphical user interface of MySQL. The graphical user interface for MySQL. Yes, this is the GUI of MySQL. Yes. Yes, guys, this is the GUI. Yes. First, I want to create a database. Click on the database. I want to create a database for workshop. So we just create workshop. So this is the way to create a database. Yes. Yeah, I want to save that particular, create a table. Yes, I want to create a table. So my table name is contact. And how many field in my form? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, we just create the number of columns there. Let's see. And the column name, we put name, same like email, name, email, phone, city, course. Phone, city, course, and remarks. Yes. Okay, guys. So in remarks, we can write some data, more data. So we can put the text. In courses, we just write the varchar. It is alphanumeric, and you write 255 characters. In city, we also use in the varchar. Yes. In phone number, we also put the varchar because we can't calculate anything there. We can put the 10. And the email ID, we put the varchar like 255, and in a name we put the varchar called 255. Yes. Okay, we can save it. So we are just creating a database and a table in a MySQL. So how we store the data from PHP to MySQL? This is the main thing, or this is the way to represent a dynamic data. So let's see, guys. Very simple implementation. Yeah. First, I want to connect the data. So for the connection, I put a variable called call, and there is a method called mysqli underscore connect. There are 4 options, guys. First is a host name. By default, the MySQL host name is a local host. Second one, guys, is a username. By default, the username is root of MySQL and the database is blank. It is not space, it is blank. And the date and the table name, or we have a database name called workshop. Yes, I just created there. So it will connect with a database. If there is any error, you can implement the error handling part, die, not connected. Yes. So this is the connection. After the connection, I want to insert this all form fields to our database. So we just put the if condition, and there is a method called mysqli underscore query. And first we pass the connection, and second one is a query. If it is working fine, then it is connected. Otherwise, data is not sent. Let's see. For inserting anything, insert, there is a normal query, insert into table name. The name of the table is contact. Yes. And there is a value. Yes. Yeah. All the values called name. Second field is the email. Third field is, let's see. Third field is phone. Phone. Fourth is a city. Fifth one is a course. And sixth one is a remark. I think so. Yes. We check it. Yeah, it's remarks. $REMARKS. Yes. If the data is inserted, then we write echo contact sent successfully. Otherwise, else echo some error occur. Error OCCUR occur. Yes. And we just see the name, email, phone, city, course, and remarks. Let's see. The name is correct, email is correct, phone is correct, city is correct, course is correct, and remarks is correct. Yes. Yeah. So we can just connect with a database. Yes. If we refresh the page, yeah, we just write the name is Anuj and email is anuj@gmail.com. Phone number, we put anything there. City, we just put Delhi. Course is PHP and remarks is hello. If we click on that submit button, let's see. There is some connection error. Unknown database workshop. Okay. There is no database called workshop. We just, oh, sorry, there is a missing of K. workshop. Oh, sorry, spelling mistake. Yeah, that's why it gives the error. WORS. K is missing. Yes. Yes. Again, we write the Anuj email, the Anuj at anyone, phone number, anything, city, Delhi, course, PHP, remarks. Hi. Guys, when we click on that particular button, let's see, it is displaying some error occur. So this is in that part. Yes, because the connection is established and there is some issues in our that particular data. If we go for it, yes, it is a name, email, phone number, city, course, and a remark. Here are 6 fields. All are varchars and text. We have MySQL query insert into contact. CONTACT, yes, contact, the table name. We can also mention the fields there. Yes, I want to implement only the name and email. Yes, we all first we check the name and email. Yeah, there is one mistake there. In a remarks, we can't put the semicolon. Yes. Okay, in the remarks, we just missed the semicolon part and it is a workshop. Let's see. Like XYZ, XYZ. And hi. If we click on the submit button, let's see. Contact sent successfully. Yes, the data is stored in our database. If we click there, let's see. This complete data is stored in our database. So this is the communication between our HTML to PHP and PHP to the database. If you store one more data, yes, yes, it is just like a dummy data. When we click contact sent successfully and we just check in a database, the second information is also stored in my database. So guys, this is a way to create a particular dynamic web applications with the help of the HTML and PHP. This is just dynamic implementation of our web page and all. So guys, so this is a hard code programming, guys. Okay, so if you want to create a website very easily and fastly, so you have a basic knowledge of this HTML and CSS and all. So with the help of one CMS, it is a content management system in a PHP CMS. It is a WordPress. WordPress. It is a content management system. So with the help of this WordPress, we can develop a complete web application very easily and fastly. There is no need to implement the coding part and all. But if you want to modify that particular WordPress application, then we must have a knowledge of that HTML, CSS, PHP and all, because that particular CMS are developed in a HTML, CSS and a PHP concept. So guys, how easily we can work on that particular WordPress? Let's see. Within a 5 to 10 minutes, we just create a one small application in that WordPress. Okay. Yes. Guys, very simple way. Go to Google and first we install the WordPress. So we just search the WordPress download. So there is the official website of the WordPress.org. You just download the latest version from there. Now this is the 5.0 1.5 version. Yes, we just download it. Yes. It is downloading. Yes. So after the downloading your this one, yes, we just so in a folder extract this file. So it is a word. There is a WinRAR. I think it is extracting. Yeah, it is extracting. Yes. First, you extract that folder. Yes, it is extracted. So there is the complete data of the WordPress. We just copy all the data. Okay, and we just go to my htdocs and we just create a folder for my website like this. We just create a folder for our WordPress website and we can paste all the data there. We just create the name called WP. This is a ready-made website. Okay, in a WP folder. Oh, sorry, 1 minute. In a htdocs, yes, there is a WP. In a WP page, you just paste. In your project folder, you can paste all the files which you are downloading from the wordpress.org. So this is a ready-made website. It's just installing in some steps. After all the files are copied in your folder, you just open your WP website in your browser. Same way. Yes. We just open. There are some steps, guys. WP. Yes. So it is a setup configurations. Yeah. In which language you are just want to install it. I select English. Yes. You just to configure the database name and all. Let's go. Yeah. So database name WordPress underscore WP. I think it already username by default. The username I already told you that it is root, and the password it is blank, and database host is a localhost and prefix is okay. And we just create WordPress underscore WP. And also I have a database called WORSHOP workshop. Okay, we just submit. Yes, run the installation, guys. Yeah, what is the site title? MAPPING, mapping skills. Username, I put the admin for the administrator, and I want to password like admin123. Yes, no problem. Confirm the weak password. Email ID, anyone, I just put there. Yes. And we just install WordPress. Admin and admin123 is the password on my administrator, where I want to change my website data. Yes, it is installed. Yeah. If you open your website, let's see. It is your default website. WP is your default website. Yes, it is a mapping skills, just another website, and this is the default blog, post, and all. Okay, this is a website. If you want to change anything, you just go and write the WP-admin. This is the admin panel of the WordPress, your website. And you just write the username and a password which you are creating, admin and admin123. You just log in there. Yes. So this is the admin panel. You can change in your website from there. And if you want to see your website, you just click there. And this is your website. If you are changing, you are just see the changes in your web application. Okay. Yeah. So this is the concept of the post. If you want to create any post there, you just create there. If you want to create any pages, you can pages. And if you want to change the theme, like I don't want this theme, you can download the latest theme also. There are also many themes which he has, and you want that this theme, you can activate this theme. Yes, if you go and you can refresh it, how easily the theme of your website is changes. Let's see. Okay, the data is displaying as per the themes and all. So, and you can also download the themes from the internet and all. Yes, searching any theme, install. This is for an install theme. Okay, yeah. And if you want to add a new theme, you can click there. Yeah. Let's see. There are many themes like blogs. For blogs, this is a theme. If you want to install that particular theme, you can just install. So it is downloaded from the net and installing, then it activated in your page. Sometimes it gives us the errors also. Yes, it is installed. And if you want to activate it, let's see. You can search any of the e-commerce, blogging. Yes. Yes, guys. This is the structure of that particular thing. So this is the default post, hello world. By default, the posts are displayed in a pages. Yes. If I want to create any of the posts, like add new, post is just like a blog. Anyone can comment and give some feedbacks and all. Yeah, it is a blog editor. Yes, yeah, my title of the blog is PHP blog. Yeah. If you want to learn Laravel, contact me. Contact. Just a basic page. If you want to publish it, click and publish. Updating. Yes, post is published. If you refresh your website, let's see. It is your latest post. Okay. Yes, guys, this is a simple way to create your applications with the help of this WordPress and all. But the main core concepts, if you want to updating any of the contents dynamically and all, so guys, you have a must knowledge of this HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, jQuery, and a PHP for the dynamic implementations for the web application development. So guys, if you have any queries and all, you can ask me in a chat window.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
I think the class was really insightful and we really enjoyed the class.
Any
Yes,
queries?
said
Any queries?
no query for now.
Okay. So this is just the basic concept. Okay. It is very small time, so I'll just explaining you some of the concepts and all. Yeah, guys. Any doubts and all, you can write the message in a chat box. Yes, Sip sir, are you there?
No, she said left with family.
Okay. So guys, if you have any queries regarding any of the technologies, yeah, this
Hello?
content I will this content and all I will share with you guys. Okay, I will share with the person and he will share with you. Yes, no worries.
क्या हो गया सर, क्या पूछ रहे हैं?
Video and content is
Video and
सर
content.
वीडियो हमारे YouTube चैनल से मिल जाएंगे, लिंक बाद में शेयर कर दिया जाएगा.
Okay. So video you can check from the YouTube channel, from our YouTube channel, that is Mapping Skill. So we'll share you the link for the video, so you can check from our YouTube channel. And the content you can get it from our website that is mappingskills.com. So what we can do is we'll SMS you or we'll mail you the links for both. We'll mail you the content and we'll mail you the link for the video.
and sir, Sip sir, they want the that particular practical content also.
Hello? Okay.
Sir, you are mute.
जो आपने प्रैक्टिकल पढ़ाया उसका कंटेंट मांग रहे हैं.
Yeah, yes.
Sir, एक मिनट पॉज.
If you see goldfinch as a
Hello?
symbol of industry,
Fine, we'll share the link for everything. We'll share it with you on the mail ID.
Okay, guys,
Hello?
if you have any queries and all, you can ask me. Yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Please, if you have any question, you can drop your question, then we find a way to answer your question. And for the video that you're looking for, please, they have sent, hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, the setup installation is very simple of the Visual Studio Code. There are around 4 to 5 steps. If you go to the Google and you just search the download Visual Studio Code, then you can download it.
Okay, Mr. Taya, I hope you have gotten the information.
So we didn't get the link.
Hello, Mr. Tayo. The link, we send the link to you guys on the WhatsApp group.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Yes, I've gotten the information. Yes, I've gotten it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Tayo.
Yeah.
Any other person? Any question? Like any other question?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, my question is that this application, where can we get it? Is it the application? Is it the studio code?
Yes, the studio code can be gotten from Google. Okay. The link has been sent.
Oh.
You can download it from there.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. So any other thing, we send it through the WhatsApp group. Hope that will be okay.
Yes, that's okay.
Okay. Thank you
I want
so
to know
much.
the apps. Can you download it just for PCs or you can also use your phones?
I guess it's for PC because you can't run that on phone. Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Any other question? Okay. Another thing that you have to do for us is that your names and email address. I guess I've done that on the WhatsApp group. So you send me your name and your email address privately, so we can be able to, as in your name, the way you want it to be on the certificate, so that we can be able to send your certificate across. Thank you so much. Hello?
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, our facilitator and everyone.
Do you have, guys?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Soon we'll be starting a new batch for the same.
Hello?
Thank you very much for
Very
this
soon
teaching.
we'll be starting
We
a
are
new
so
batch
grateful.
course.
Thank
In
you
case
very much.
you guys, any of guys, hello? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Hello?
audible.
Hello, Mr. Shiv? Hello, Mr. Shiv?
Yes.
Okay, do you have anything to say?
I think that we'll be starting a new batch. So in case any of you can discuss with the students also. So I'll share the date with you.
Okay, no problem. Once the date is being shared, then I'll get across to each and every one of them.
Right.
Okay, thank you. Another thing is that...
So shall we wind up the session?
You said?
Should we wind up the session?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, Mr. Kevin, should we wind up the session?
Yeah.
Yes.
Fine.
Okay,
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. Thank you,
Thank
Sumit
you
sir.
very-
Thank you. Ritesh,
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
session end kar do.
Okay.
Okay.